All right, so I reckon today we're going to work on Ramtonio, my 92 Dodge D250 Cummins engine. It's a little two-wheel drive truck. But whenever I bought it, somebody taken off the back side of the running boards. I'm not really sure why they did it. If you're going to take them off, take them all off. But I only took them halfway off, and luckily, whenever I bought the truck, they went ahead and tossed the other running boards in the back of the truck. So I'm going to pull the truck up in here by the shop, and we're going to see what it's going to take to put those running boards back on. Hopefully it's not going to be too hard, and hopefully it turns out looking all right. If it doesn't, we'll just rip them back off and call it good. But let's see what it takes to put some running boards on the side of a Dodge truck. This old Dodge truck's a pretty good truck overall. A little dusty and dirty on the inside. Don't know how many miles are on it because the odometer doesn't work. But she starts up and runs pretty good. So the old Dodge truck come to me with only one portion of the running boards on there, missing the back section. And to me, from a distance, it just kind of makes it look funny with them halfway on there. So we're going to dig in there and get them put back on the truck. And they did come with the truck. The old feller was nice enough to toss those in there. So looks like some bolts, some screws, some different miscellaneous hardware, and some sheet metal screws, and we're going to see what all it takes. If it's going to take some duct tape or something like that, we'll get them in there. But let's get started on them. So I reckon the first thing the fella's going to have to do is figure out which side goes to which side and how big of a deal this is to put together. So I'd like to think this is more going back to the wheel. If that's the case, let's just get down here and get a little bit more personal with that. If that's the case, that means that would go something about like that right there, and then that would explain the purpose of the sheet metal screws back here. Am I going to be able to put those sheet metal screws? What holds them things together? Is it just... So let's look. Don't look like nothing holds up there. It don't look like any good bolts to hold it in there. They just cut that right off in there. That's probably one of the hangers that goes up in there. It looks like the old feller that took this apart got that mount right there. Did he do it on the other one? No, the other one's got a little bit more material on it. So this looks like this is going to be the more difficult side. So I'm going to lay down on the ground. Try not to look too awful stupid doing this. Yep. They just cut the old bracket off instead of taking the bolts off. That ain't no fun. Because I really need to have a way to support it here on this front side. So it goes kind of like this. I could take them bolts apart, but I think they're supposed to look separate like that. So what could we do? I don't know. Let me get you guys in here. Let you guys see what I'm looking at. Maybe we can come up with a solution. All right, so let's look around in here a little bit. It looks like this little bracket right here is what they cut off over here. So we need to figure out. If either we're going to take that one out, make a new one, drill some new holes. Maybe just drill some new holes through from one side to the other. That's a pretty good sized plate. I don't know how well that'll bolt together, but Only one way to find out is to jump up in there and give it a try. Not too sure why they just decided to cut that off. It doesn't make any real good sense, but we're going to have to get in there and try to figure out why they did that and how we can go about. Look at that. The bolts aren't even good and tight. Dadgummit, why'd they do that? We got to figure out a way of hanging that thing from that side before we can start putting this thing together. All right, so I have made the executive decision that we're going to pull out this old bracket. We're going to pull out this old bracket and we're going to try to fix it. Don't know what size it is, so we brought a variety. I brought a half inch and a 9/16. Let's hope that that's going to be the right size, or at least close to the right size. Maybe 9/16 is the first one, or maybe it's half inch. Feel a little bit more like a half inch. Half inch on this side. Yep, half inch on that side. I don't know which way's loose, which way's tight. I don't know. All right, let's see if we can break it loose. Come on, can't be that hard. I gotta watch myself. There's some sharp stuff underneath there, though. Am I tightening that? No, that's on. Huh? I think we'll put some new hardware back in it if we get these apart. What am I turning? What on Sam's hell is going on under here? Maybe that's the reason they cut it. Whew. That exhaust pipe sure does look nasty. Oh, I'd almost just be willing to let them break off. Well, that explains why they just cut it off. Because how the hell is that being so difficult? Should have got a ratchet. Oh, I know what I should go do. I should go get the ratchet and the impact with a half inch on there and just beat the fire out of it. I will be right back with stronger tools. Ugh. All right, I went and got some more violence. Got me a couple sockets here. Got me a long extension ratchet. We'll try the ratchet first. I'll try to be nice, but I did, however, bring some violence with me as well. Make sure we're getting the right size on there. There we go. Sure we're turning the right way on here, so once we get on there, we're gonna want it going on. Was it cool? Alright, we're just gonna go right for the violence. Impact it is. Hope you guys like watching an old man lay on the concrete with his head bent over sideways to share with you guys how he's going to put a set of running boards on an old worn out truck and fight with how you get an impact socket on the Harbor Freight tool. We got violence on here now. Let's see which way we're going. That'll be in. We won't go out. I should be wearing some good safety glasses, but I'll wear my reading glasses as a alternative safety glasses. Let's just get up in here. Get a little more personal with this thing and see if we can hit this with the impact wrench. Oh, there we go. All right. And that is how you use violence to take bolts apart. Why stop now? Go ahead and hit the top one too. Just do it. As I lay here with my head on the ground. Alright. Engage some violence. Maybe, if we can line up. Oh, yep, here we go. Violence! Oh, got ripping the watch off. Hang on. Here we go. Violence brought. Alright. Let's put these two. Oh yeah, I got some in my ear. Maybe I should be wearing ear protection eyeglasses or whatever, earplugs for my ears. Alright, there's the bracket in all of its glory. Broke right off. We're gonna weld it together and see what works. See if it will work. Then I have to get the hammer out, smack on it a little bit, straighten it out, and then we're gonna hang this booger up in there. Yep, here we go. Alright, let's get you guys into the cheap hot rod fabrication shop, aka the tailgate of the truck. I got my handy dandy Harbor Freight flux core welder over here. I have my shear or brake or hammering tool here. Got miscellaneous tools. Got the center block to be able to straighten things out. Oh, and I forgot the important part. Hang on with me. Our soft dead blow thing. Alright, so hang out there. We're going to try to straighten this thing out first. Doesn't look like it's going to be too hard. We're going to just use the attitude correction device and the soft blow hammer. And our welding surface here, give it a look. I don't want to lose the integrity of the section here. This gives it strength when it's all one piece. Not sure how it failed, but it clearly failed. Alright, let's go ahead and use this soft blow hammer again. Well, I didn't expect that. Did you guys see that? Straightening it out, which I got pretty straight. But my fabrication table kind of failed on me. I gotta be honest, I hadn't had that happen before. That has not happened before. Just what in the same hell? Clearly I can't use that anymore. Or that piece. Or, well, any of it. Alright, what are we going to use? Well, how about... Might shake the old camera there, but we're gonna keep moving. We can't stop. Gotta get this fabrication done. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That's pretty damn straight. I'll say so myself. All right. Set this to the side. Let's get this other piece of it over here. Whew, that doesn't look too good. I think, man, I wonder if a pair of vice grips or something will help bend that back. I'll be right back. Let's go get some more tools for the fabrication shop. Alright, back with some more tools. A fella could use just a good pair of these and run it all the way down. Get a good bite on it. And maybe just bend that back a little bit. Not sure how well that's going to work. We may have to get the hammer out on that here in just a second. Okay, so I'm going to put here. I'll put it here to try to keep making sure it doesn't fold one way or the other. Oh yeah, that's better. We're not going for perfect. We're just going for holding. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, let's see. So that would go something about like that. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's not going to be any kind of fancy welding. It's going to be done with a flex core welder. A Harbor Freight flex core. A Harbor Freight flex core welder. Alright, so let's see if we can get this to stand up. Man, I don't want to weld right on my mat, but I'm going to have to ever since I broke my fabrication table. I can't believe that. How did that? I just don't understand that. Alright, so let's see if we can rig some of these pieces up real quick. Maybe you guys can see piece of the puzzle kind of line up pretty good. I'm just going to get in here and fire up the welder, and we just need to be close enough with this, because then we can bend it and wiggle it and all that kind of stuff back and forth. All right, so let's see. Gotta have a ground wire for the welder. Generally like it to be somewhere that's somewhat clean. I don't know how that's gonna work. Gotta have a welding helmet. Trade that out. Guess where I bought the welding helmet at? Huh? Same place I buy everything. All my tools come from Harbor Freight. This will probably dim the lights in the shop pretty good, and I don't have a clue what set these on, but that's wire speed. We don't want it super fast. And that's pretty thin. We probably don't want it super hot. Turn it on. It's making noise. Now, I'm an old man that can't see crap while reading. Got things up close, so I'm going to throw a set of glasses on. Y'all cover up your eyes, because, you know, if you're watching somebody weld, it could hurt your eyeballs. But right now, we're just going to try to get these to be somewhat close together. About like that right there. We're going to drop the old helmet down. Everything moved on me. We're going to try to line it back up again. We're just going to try to get a little spot weld on here. Let's see if it's actually a weld. Oh, hell yeah. We got it. Setting stuff on fire just a little bit. Let's just take a look at that and see what we think about that. Cover your eyes up, kids. Did I hit the right spot? I don't know if I did or didn't. Now, I'm not claiming to be a welder in any form or fashion, so don't y'all even tell me how horrible of a job I'm doing. Now, if you guys have got something that you're welding together and you blow a hole out of it or something like that, or you got a pretty good sized gap in order to fill in, a good way to do it is just a little bitty burst. Just pap, 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 and you can start filling all that in. Will it look like crap afterwards? Absolutely. But it already looked like crap because you had holes in it. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Y'all be patient here as I fill in some of these holes that I need to get together. We're pretty strong on this side. Let's flip this around. See what we got going on this side. Got just a big old nasty mess. Trying to get this to where you guys can see it and I can actually weld it. I'm not very good at doing this. Actually, I think it's going to be better if I turn it upside down. Stand it on its end. Oh yeah, look at that. Fabrication table working well. Alright, let's run this new side over here. Woo, that's hot. Hard to see where your tools are. You got the welding helmet on. Well, I knocked it over, but I reckon that means it's done. All it is. See how much the jit is. Pretty good. High. I'm going to call that good. I've got to bring you in closer so you can see how well the welding turned out, but got to be honest, I'm not real proud of my weld, so I'm not going to show you guys. I'm just showing you that it's pretty dadgum solid. So the next step, well, get this back up underneath the truck. We're going to put some new bolts in it. Those that were in there, definitely old, no good whatsoever. So let's get out of the fabrication room and get back underneath the truck and put this in there. Where's that off switch? Titanium for the win from Harbor Freight. Let's go. Now the old bolts that were in there were just some basic little bolts. We're going to head inside the shop. We're going to grab some replacements, new lock washers, new washers. We want to make sure that it's going to be as sturdy as possible because, you know, even though welding with flex core welder, that material is so very thin, all joking aside, it is really hard to weld and get it to stick together. So we're going to make sure we get some fresh hardware in there. Let's see, we need at least 3 of these. I mean, this is going to be easy to put in. We'll just run it down with some wrenches, and then it looks like the back end of it, we just have some sheet metal screws, probably 7/16 bit or socket. It should screw right back into where they used to be. Let's get some hardware. Get it in there. Woohoo! Race car. You guys don't judge me on my shop. It's just an old shop and just hanging out, working all the time. Oh, look at that. That is the new motor for Big Girl. You guys saw another video when I introduced Big Girl. We've got her in the shop, and we were gonna get the motor in last night, but ran into a little snag-olo with the transmission down there. We'll see if that pans out all right or not. But let's get over here. Whoops! Oh, there's the Nova. We hadn't talked about a Nova. Some organizing stuff. Got a fan. Racing gas. All right, let's see. We need some bolts about this big. So I've got a pretty good size array of bolts and everything like this. Neighbor over here gave me this bolt organizer, and I always go over to Tractor Farm Supply to pick up nuts, bolts, lock washers. They sell grade 8, they sell different stuff, but the cool thing about it is they sell it by the pound. So whatever you need, you just kind of gather it all up into a bag, throw it into a bag, go up front, pay for it, and if you got a lot, well, you pay a little bit more, but if you didn't need very much, you don't pay very much. And it sure the heck beats going to some of these specialty bolt places and where you're paying $3-4 for a single bolt. Tractor Farm Supply is really good about just having everything you need, throw it in a bag, bring it home, sort it out, throw it in some type of container, and man, you got all the bolts you can stand. Like right now, we have all the bolts we need. All right, we got most of the tools that we're going to need to hopefully finish the installation up on this side. Let's set this big old boy out of the way. It's not needed right now. Let's toss the hardware out. Get a couple of the wrenches out of the way so we can crawl up underneath it here and look maybe a little organized. Don't know how much truth there is. What do we do with our glasses? Can't keep up with crap for nothing. Got to be back here in the fabrication shop, right? Yep, sure are. Back here in the fabrication shop. All right, time to crawl up underneath this old boy. Slide that hardware over there to where we can get to that hardware. We know we're going to need those 2 1/2-inch wrenches if we have to. We could bring the pane with the impact, but there's no need for that. Let's just get up under here and put these in. Somehow. Alright, okay, I see what we're doing here. Hold that up with one hand. Should have done this ahead of time, but I did not. Let's run a bolt through one of these holes. Balancing everything here. Where's the hole? Where's the hole? Alright, okay, hold on. Oh. Got a fella even get his hand in there to do that with? I think so, maybe. Oh, I see what the problem with doing that is, though. How about this one down here? Is this one going along? Can we get 2? Come on. Okay. Alright, it's kind of hanging there. Let's get a washer, lock nut, and a bolt started on the back of maybe one of these. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Alright, washer. Lock washer. And a bolt. Let me crawl out from underneath here before we continue this conversation. Alright, so I got 2 of the bolts in here. I'm kind of looking at this. Yeah, I'm on the outside. So that's a pretty good sized gap that goes in there. But before I tighten any of that up, I want to get these in because, well, I know these holes are going to be lined up pretty good, and they're just some sheet metal screws. So I have been waiting forever to use this tool. I think it might fit in there. It is not going to fit in there in all those spots. Well, damn it. I might have to do part of them with a standard wrench. But we do have holes that are already in here. Hopefully you guys can see those. Where these came out. Looks like we got 3 of them. We're going to try to just jet right back in the exact same holes that was already in. If we can do that, might save us a little bit of time. Now I have got this tool a while back. It is Harbor Freight. I know you guys probably get tired of hearing me talk about that, but I like being able to buy stuff cheap. Interchangeable batteries. And voila, there we are. So we're going to go ahead and use this 3/8. We're going to try to hit these 2 with this tool. I don't know if we can or not, but I've wanted to be able to use a right hand style drill for a long time. I don't even know if it works. Like I said, I've never even used it. We want to make sure we're going in the end direction. Not holding great though. Alright, that helped in there pretty good. Alright, so now with this last one, we know we can't get this in here, so we're just going to have to go. I brought a, I think that might work. I brought a socket to see if it might fit in there. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There we go. No, it ain't biting. Let's see if we can. It's trying to go in. I just don't think it's got enough to dig in there. No, it's just pulling right out. So we can do one of 2 things. Which the right thing is to pull these out and find some slightly larger ones. Which I don't know if I have. Or half-ass put them on there and hope that it stays. Which is probably a bad idea. So we're going to take this out. We're going to see what size it is. And then we're going to go look in our bolt screw hole thing walker and see if we have anything that's just a hair bit larger than that. If it is, then we'll shoot those in there on the top and the bottom and we'll be good to go. But I don't know if I do. Let's go see what I got. Alright, we're getting back down in here now. I don't know if I found any sheet metal screws that'll fit in there. We're going to try a couple. But the fella also thought to himself, if the holes wallered out enough, might be able to just put a bolt through there with a washer and a nut and do the same thing. So we're going to throw everything out here on the table. We're going to start with this one right here. We're going to, it feels definitely bigger. It is same size, so we're going to try to thread that in. Alright, so we got that in. We're going to see if it will actually bite. You're going to see me making a grunt look on my face as I pull in and see about maybe getting this to. It don't feel like it's going to go in though. Oh, and you heard that. Just popped right back out. Alright, that didn't work. Didn't work at all. Disappointed. Maybe this one will go. I don't know. It's even a little bit bigger. Definitely cutting some threads. working in this blind. I'm just looking at y'all while I'm trying to turn the screw into the hole. I don't know if it's going in or not. Oh yeah. Oh, I think we're there. No, we're not there. Sucker just pulled right back out again. Maybe once we get that front tightened up a little bit more, maybe that'll hold in there better. Let's go do that was what, a couple half-inch wrenches and miscellaneous this and that. What is that, a half-inch there? Yes, I know. More of that quality tool right there. Half-inch. We're gonna crawl up underneath there and see about tightening those up and see if that makes any difference. Maybe it'll make it a little bit more tight, and we can get something to hold in right there. Oh yeah, lock washer engaged. Oh my goodness, we're actually gonna have all 3 bolts in on this. That's awesome. All right. You guys tired of looking at a body hanging out from underneath of a truck? Well, unfortunately, that's kind of how things are going at the moment. All you get to see is part of me hanging out from underneath of a truck. Am I showing you my belly? Nope, not today. I don't know if the other side is going to be easier or harder, but we are all the way in there with all 3 bolts on this side. Let's see if we can tighten that back end up a little bit. Oh yeah, that's really nice. That was nice. This is the only one that's causing me the problem. I just don't know if I'm gonna get that bottom screw in or not. Probably not. It didn't go in all the way, but we know what size we need. We're gonna leave that one there like that for today. It is pretty solid anyway with these 2 top ones in there. We'll have to come back with a bigger one, but it's not coming out anytime soon. Maybe find a smaller bolt that'll go in there that we can sandwich it together and go ahead and pull that a little bit more forward so it doesn't have any of the vibration. So we're going to call this side done-ish. We're going to move over to the other side, and once I get that on there, there's no reason torturing you guys watching a fat man roll up underneath, a fat old man roll up underneath of a truck. But once we get that side done, I'll show you guys kind of the results, and I think it's going to be better, but you guys will have to let me know. Alright, so before we get all this done, do me a quick little favor, and you hear everybody in the world talking about it. Click and subscribe. Please do so. I'm just a guy out in a shop playing with a bunch of old hot rods, but I love sharing what I do with you guys, and I'd love to keep you guys up to date on the other stuff that I'm working on. So hit that, click on that like and subscribe button, and that way I know that you guys like what I'm doing and you want to see more of it. Also, throw me a comment in there. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what I'm doing right, or maybe tell me something else you'd like to see being worked on. So let's get over on the other side and crawl up underneath there and see how fast we can tidy that one up. Ugh, old man. Ugh. All right, if you fellas will take a look at this and tell me what you think. Me personally, I think that looks a whole lot better. You know, where the running boards weren't complete all the way out on the back, I think that looks a whole lot better. Ties the truck together. Let's walk around and check out this other side. You guys comment below if you guys think it does look better, doesn't look better, or what. But man, to me, it really ties the truck back together like it's supposed to be. Makes an old boy happy that the guy did keep them instead of just taking them off and throwing them away. So I'm really kind of happy that they are still there, and I was able to get them back on there. I will have to go back and do a little bit more work, but all in all, I think for running to town kind of style, just running up to Walmart or whatever. I think it's going to be pretty good. Before we get it out on the big road, pulling the race car and trailer, we'll make sure we get some new sheet metal screws back in there. But please take a minute, like and subscribe. Let me know if you guys like the videos. Give it a thumbs up. Comment below maybe some other videos you'd like to see work on, either with the Dodge Chargers, maybe a different project, or even Ramtonio here in the background. But again, thanks guys. I'm going to get back to work and working on some more cheap hot rods. Thanks.